Running fast, sparks ignite the sky, chasing dreams as days go by. Through the dark, the fire burns, round we go as the world turns. In the night, we hear the call, rise above, we'll never fall. Heartbeats loud, a steady drum, find the light, here we come. We are stars in this wide galaxy, shining bright for all to see. Shed Talk.
Hello, welcome to another Automotive Mayfair. So today, just going to do a little bit of an update on where the projects are so far. Do a bit of a listing of the mods and that for Bryn, and just some upcoming videos. So let's get into it. Rightio, so Project Rennar, the Sonata. We ended up doing the front brakes on the video, and we said that we were going to do the rear ones. That's not going to be a thing, because what happened is I bought them on eBay, and it turned out that the ones that they sent were wrong, so we had to go and buy the actual ones from the store. It cost us double the amount of money it was going to cost us. But anyway, so when I got home from doing all the food shopping and that, I went straight into it. 3 hours and 40 minutes basically it took. Smashed front and back, ran them in, they're all good, all done. So there won't be a rear brake thing for that. Brakes coming up for Bryn. There is, well, we're still touching on brakes. Slotted rotors is all I'm going to do on the front. I'm not going to touch the rear because they're pretty much still new. All the pads are really new, they're only done 50,000 Ks, so there's really hardly any point in changing them. We'll just put slutters on the front so that they can, you know, just take a bit more of a heat and they can stop better. So that's what we'll do with them. Going forward, we have got this here, which is a trans pump. We will be doing Project Rennar with that. And we'll be doing widgets, Project Rennar's trans fluid, and his car's trans fluid, so he's ready to go do what he wants to do. He should be driving to the city every day. It's about an hour and a half or something that he's got to drive, so where he'll be driving he needs to have a car that works, and that's what we're going to do. So we've got the tyres done, we've got brakes done, we'll just make sure the transmission's all good. He does have the valve cover gasket needs to be done. I know every time we buy a bloody second-hand car we just end up having to do a valve cover gasket, so that's going to be a bit of a job. We could probably do that one as a video as well as the trans pump. Do it all in one day, pretty simple, shouldn't be too hard. So that's that. I've started my course that to learn how to tune cars. I've just had a bit of a fiddle around with Project Rennar. That's not on the ECU, not on the tuning software, so I won't be able to tune that car, which means I'm now going to have to go and purchase a probably more expensive hardware and software. Unfortunately, we're probably looking at about $1,000. But look, if I get the brand new one that's the top of the range Alien Tech tuning kit, then I won't have to worry about trying to find it. I'll have all the cars that are on the CAS unit V2 plus all the new vehicles, which means I'll be able to tune Bryn, I'll be able to tune Rennar when Widge gets his Skyline, or if he gets a Golf, I'll be able to tune that. I'll be able to tune my brother's 2J Aristo that he wants to get done. So it'll all it's worth $1,000, but it's just going to have to be maybe some overtime at work, so you might not get to see some videos for a while, just to get that sort of money in. It's a lot of money, so yeah, to get that underway. and of course I've got my next lesson coming up next month, so that's $154, so we're going to do that course. Excuse me. And yeah, I still want to get the spoiler put on Rin at some point, and maybe all this body kit stuff. It's a matter of finding a way to screw it in. The body kit's okay, but trying to get the spoiler to mount without falling off is going to be interesting. That one's going to be a hard one to get sorted. We've got microphones coming for on here, and we're going to have a camera we're going to be using for all the filming from now on, which will update our filming ability, and you'll be able to hear us a bit better, especially when there's wind and stuff around. You'll be able to hear us, so that'll fix that. What else is there to update? Intake. Yes, so we might have a little bit of an intake, look at the intake today, because it's losing a bit of light. It's about 4:30 now, so, but that's right, we might have a little bit of a look on widgets intake, because the standard ones all have this type of stuff, all this ribbed, and it provides no it just doesn't help in providing a good airflow through the piping. So if we can make him up a different intake, he can have the automotive air power intake on his as well, which will just give it a bit better airflow. That might help with keeping his intake temps low. Not that he has any problem with intake temps, but I always like to keep them lower than standard anyway. We're going through traffic and all that, so if he can keep his intake levels low and cruise along, he might get better fuel economy. He might get it might just drive better, and then when tuning comes along later on, it'll help with that too. So because you can actually see the correct amount of air that's coming through, not just the waviness of it. Like you can actually go, well, this is the actual air that's coming through. You can tell the computer this is the amount of velocity that is coming through. So that'll be looking at that today. We'll open up the bonnet, have a bit of a play, maybe cut the pipe up a bit. There's a few more things that we have to add to it. There's a bit on the bottom we've got to screw in. It's like an oil overflow or something like that. There's an air overflow or something, like a what do you call it? It's like a crank, or the head relief valve that goes into the intake, so that any of the excess air that gets put out from the intake gets pushed back into the car, back out through the engine. It's like an economy thing, probably more than anything. But yeah, we got to get a brass fitting to fit that, and yeah. And then the pipe, or the rubber pipe to go into it as well. So yeah, that's the update. So the Automotive Mayfair. Sorry we haven't been on. It's been a while, but we've been busy behind the scenes doing things. So yeah, take it easy. We'll see you on the next one. This is only a short little shed talk. It's nothing too big. Just a bit of an update for everybody. Brin's running really well. I'm getting wicked economy out of it now. So I used to get a full tank of fuel for a week. I'm only getting half a tank now. So with the intake, the exhaust, the coils, we did an AMT tune and a trans reset, and the way I drive it, I don't drive it nicely. I don't thrash it. I don't thrash it or anything, but I just, I drive it spiritedly. So, put the foot in it every now and again, give it a bit of a boot, and it's returning figures of, cruising along at 8.5s down to 7.7, 7.5s on the way home in the morning. So when it's cold, so we're getting good numbers out of that 2 litre. And probably the best numbers in the world at this point. Don't want to say that's the actual claim, but yeah, we probably are getting the best numbers out of a 2 litre for the MGHS in the world at the moment. I can't see anyone else claiming any better. So But yeah, once I've learned how to tune, we got that proper software, proper hardware. I've got and download the software to go with it, and we'll be able to tune both the cars. And then we'll just take them to a dyno, and we'll see. Especially the MG, we'll take to the dyno, and I want to get 300 horsepower. So if I get 300 plus, I'm happy, and that'll do for now. And we'll just cruise around with it like that for now. Later on, when I've bought another vehicle that we're going to use for buying a caravan and things like that and towing that, that'll be diesel, that'll be different, so that'll need a bigger vehicle for that. So then Bryn will become a weekend car. That's when we'll start doing the turbo upgrade, the intercooler, and then retuning that, and maybe possibly putting forged internals in, which we can get from America, because they use a similar engine in their Camaro RSs and their Chevy Malibus. So we should be able to get some forged internals for it, forge it, make it nice and strong, put a big turbo on there to hit the 455, 500 horsepower. Hopefully the trans can handle that. And then if not, we'll put heavy duty clutches in it, and that should be able to handle it then. And then from that'll be pretty much that she'll be done. Like that sort of thing, I won't need much more than that. A 500 horsepower SUV as a weekend car is insane. So it'll just drink it. Even if you tune it nice, it'll still drink fuel. Like at that sort of power, it's going to drink some fuel. So it's a weekend car. But that's it. I have got a couple of things to do to my bike. They may come in videos, I may just do them. That might not be a thing. It's probably not going to get ridden now until it warms up again. It's now getting into the cooler months, so my body, the nerves and all that, nerve pain and that, I can't handle the cold weather, so that's not going to be a thing anymore. But yeah, that's where we're at. We're looking forward to the future and what these vehicles are going to make. If we get the correct hardware and I can download the map, I can then do the training on the map, I can build the Project Reynard's map first. We're going to practice on that. I'll build Project Reynard's map first. We'll install, there'll be videos all explaining, not explaining how to tune or anything, but explaining my process, what I'm doing. And there'll be step-by-step videos on that, and then going into running the tune and then taking it for a drive. So that'll be coming out probably next year at this point. It's a 12-month course that I've got to do. So, and yeah, so I'm enjoying driving Bryn around at the moment with all the turbo noises and the exhaust and all that. So yeah. Anyway, I'm just waffling on now. So let's say goodbye and drive safe, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye.